going to go into game number 2. This is a best of 5. Dante has taken game number 1. We'll see if Glow is able to do something in game 2 on Antigua Shipyard. Oops. Wrong layer. Overlay. Water! Water, water, water! Okay, in the blue left-hand side for Team SR is Dante. Yay! His opponent on the right in the red, our red Zerg is Glow. Yay! I'm gonna put music on because I never have it on. I don't know what it sounds like anymore. Alright, Antigua. I mean, I still think this map is a little bit ridiculous for Terran sometimes, just because you can get this high ground, get the vision with the Zelnaga Watchtower, and just control, you know, your particular side of the map. So, I don't know, it just feels weird that this map is still around. Like, I'm not saying it's just a terrible map, but it could be interesting. Actually, tell me what you think of this map in the chat. No, don't just be like, it's a bad map. Just say, you know, why you think it's a bad map or good map. I know some people actually like this one. They'll probably be Terrans. But yeah, so we'll probably see some standard stuff coming out of here. Looks like Glow is going to take that hatch pretty quickly. Picking that up on 15, of course. Going to get an extra drone. There he is. Is he going to go to 16 again? I'm not sure. We'll find out in a moment. Yeah, no, that's fine. It is good for a fast third base, of course. Pick that up and be in a really good position. I think it can be very like situational in a way in terms of how you play. I think for something like ZVP, if the Zerg is very, very aggressive at the start and denies a Protoss from taking their third, then the game is the map is extremely easy for Zerg. For a Protoss, depending on if you play the more defensive style expands with lots of sentries and some immortals, you can take that third and then put yourself in a very good position. Of course, I don't have much experience as being a Terran, but I'm sure you could do the same sort of thing. But it looks as if Dante has taken his natural, gotten that, and also just going for that one rack expand very quickly as he has in the previous game. So things looking as they did before. Yeah, actually, the fourth base is the interesting thing about this one. It's like, where do I take it? As a Zerg, do I take the risk of taking this middle base here? Do I take the risk of getting one that's just incredibly far away? Or, you know, this one over here? Or even down in the corners as well. You see lots of Zerg players take the corner bases, so it's the fourth base is where it gets interesting, which of course means a lot for a Zerg, because you need that extra gas to actually, you need that gas number, what is it, 7 and 8, if you really want to function off that high level tech with the Broodlords and Infestors and even Ultralists if you have to. So it can be really difficult at that stage for Zerg if you don't have a fully established fourth base, but it's definitely doable. Like, I mean, it's not as if Zergs never win this map. So anyway, Dante picking up his reactor here on the racks. He's also got a factory, so this may be, again, another little bit of a Hellion-style expand. He's got a bunker just at the front here. Once again, going for this nice little position where you can cover the ramp and also some of that mineral line, or not really the mineral line per se, because it's over here, but just cover sort of the entry of any lings that try and get across into the mineral line. So his opponent, what is having a little bit of a battle over here. The SCV trying to get away, but not too long. Glow's lings take care of that quite quickly. Quick on the lair as well. So I think it looks as if, yeah, it's going to be a Roach Warren, interestingly, from Glow. Not every day you see Zerg players go this. Of course, with the change to Queens, with their increase in range, as we can see here, it goes to 5 range now, which takes care of it's normally Queens that you see that deal with initial pressure from Terran, like you know, small sort of marine attacks, things like Hellion attacks, that sort of thing. It's normally the Queens that deal with that, and that's what that change made. That's what that meant, is that you don't actually need to get the Roach Warren. You don't have to. You can either build 4 to 5 Queens, get some Queens out and defend, or you can get just a whole bunch of Lings and just completely skip the Roaches, so you don't have to actually expend too much gas on getting Roaches and their various upgrades out. But it looks as if he is going to go for the Roaches. No, he's definitely going to go for it. We've got Roach speed on the way, +1 to missile attacks is also coming through, and a Bailey Nest. Is he going to do some... Is this some sort of bust? Can you Zerg players tell me, is this some sort of bust? Because, you know, you don't often see people do this. 7 Roaches on the way. A good scan there from Dante. He does see that there is a Roach Warren and also the Bailey Nest as well. Both these buildings here just across to the left are pulsating, so they do, that does mean that they are doing something, and 12 Roaches are on the way, so a little bit of pressure. I'm not sure if this is some kind of heavy attack here from Glow, but he will be certainly putting quite a lot of damage in. Going to at least get, ooh, almost misses, almost gets one of the Hellions, but the Roaches are forced back just for the moment here, and it looks like Dante is getting prepared, putting up a nice little wall here. We got a couple of bunkers being built, and even a Marauder or 2 is now coming out, so he's got nice protection against a Roach attack. So I think Glow is just looking to get across, do a little bit of damage here, make sure he stopped the Hellions, which of course he has, and then he's going to do a lot of pressure with the cover of with the Banelings and the Roaches. He's going to try and do some damage here. This is going to let him get some time to get his 3rd base up. It also gives him the right tech to deal with everything, of course. With a lot of Roaches, you can deal with these Hellions anytime, and with a few Banelings, you can knock down a wall like this, perhaps even get into the natural expand here. Causes a cancel on the racks there. And yeah, he's just sort of going to sit back for the moment, going to morph in some Banelings here. Is this going to be an attempt at a bust? Unfortunately, his Baneling speed is not going to complete in time, but 10 Banes are going to complete in a moment, and then we're going to have some more drones on the way. A Spire is also going up behind all of this, so he's doing a bit of damage. He's going to definitely do some damage here. We'll just have to see if Dante is prepared for those Banelings. I don't think he has seen them just yet. He doesn't really have vision of all of that, but the Roaches are sitting across to the side, and they're definitely in vision at the moment. But here we go. Banelings do wait for their speed, and they do finally get it. The bunker is going to be targeted down. Banelings now just rolling through, getting through, and they do take out quite a lot of those of the SCVs and the units over there. Roaches are now targeting down that bunker. This has removed quite a lot of that defensive pressure right at the front for Dante, but what this has done is, behind all of this, Glow has gotten up is getting his 4th base up. He's got his 3rd just over here at the top side of the map. He's getting a few more Lings in, and I think this is going to be a switch into mutas. Is this going to be... I don't know. Yeah, look, like he's got 1,000 gas left over, so... Oh, no, he's just used a lot of that on his Banelings, so he's making sure that he's got some defense against this possible bio ball that's going to come down. A couple of medevacs now coming out. Factory not being used for too much, but there is a good detection, a good sort of prevention here from Dante, getting a couple of turrets up just to make sure that mutas are not going to be too much of an issue if they do arise. So, as I said for ZVP, where Zerg, if they're really offensive, they can deny a 3rd base as Glow has done here, and then also put the pressure on their opponent to sort of sit back for the moment while they get their own 3rd and 4th base up. So a couple of Overlords are going to get caught out here in the middle of nowhere. That's going to be quite annoying for Glow. Loses both of those, but does see that there is a big force coming across the map. We don't actually have any Baneling burrow movement fixed up just yet, so these guys are not going to be able to surprise his Terran opponent too much, but the 4th base is going to be under siege in a moment. But here come the Banelings with speed off the creep. I don't know if this was the best idea to attack into that. Huge splits there from Dante, doing a nice job splitting up all of those units. He saves quite a lot of the Marines and the Marauders, and can now see just stem up and attack into this 4th base. So this is going to leave Glow with a little bit of a sour taste in his mouth after that first attack. Going to lose that 4th base. That's gone. He's also got Banelings and some units that have just turned up at this base here. One Marauder, what an absolute hero! But the Banelings get through anyway. The Mutas clean up the rest, and that is going to allow Glow to sort of reclaim some of his dominance of the map just at the moment, because with those medevacs gone, that means the drops are not going to be possible. So we'll see what Glow is going to do now. I would really love him to try and take that 4th base back again. He is going for the Hive. That's just started up. We can see the +1 to flyer attacks is also done, or just about done. 8 more Mutas on the way, so he's going to have quite a lot of these guys out. This is going to be a Mutaling Bane style from the looks of it from Glow. He's got a lot of Marines in the middle. They do have 2-2, so these guys are going to rip through quite a lot of stuff, and very quickly at that. So, I don't know. You just got to be careful just to not engage on the creep. What is Glow doing with these Overlords that are just randomly walking around the map? Not really sure what the plan is here, but Dante's gotten his 3rd base up. Banelings and Lings now rolling across with no tanks from Dante. He's not going to be able to stop the Banelings, especially when they are covered up by these Marines. And here we go. Beautiful splits there from Dante, splitting up most of those units, only taking a few hits on his Marines at a time. And the Mutas getting there what they can there, taking down a sensor tower. So looks as if Glow is just trying to really establish himself here, getting some good map presence, as we said. With the Mutas out, that really stops the medevacs from being too much of a problem, because with the Mutas being extremely mobile, and you know, they can just sort of float around, deny any of those medevacs that try and get too far across. So looking good at the moment for Glow, but he does need to establish a 4th base, possibly even a 5th base pretty quickly here. Would like to see him go for another base as soon as he can. It looks like another bio ball now marching through the middle. 3-3, halfway done for Dante, so he's going to get prepared for perhaps just doing a massive amount of damage here. Splitting up some of his units, doing a bit of a Marine King Prime split there with all of his gear. And more units now being constructed for Glow, but so much is being done here in the middle. Looks as if he will be able to get rid of quite a lot of this Bioforce. Some of the Marines going to target down one of the Mutalisks, but that is going to be all of this attack force for now. And that, I don't know. Well, it's obviously not going to be the end of the game, of course, but that's quite annoying for Dante to lose all of those forces here. This orbital command is not actually rallied. This SCV is just going to have a day off. The turret inside the 3rd is going to deny the Mutas from getting too far across. Of course, they are a little bit hurt. One of them in the red, a couple in the sort of the orange and the yellow there. But back at home for Dante, we got more racks in construction here. Looks as if he is going to, sorry, that's a starport, my bad. So we got a total of 5 racks, in fact more than that. So we got 6 racks, a couple of reactors, and a few tech labs. So it's, in fact, even more being built down here by Dante. He's just said, you know what, I need to build some stuff down here because it's cool. And he's going to go for it. So he's going to have a really nice production cycle available very soon once he gets all of those out. And it looks as if Glow is going to take some advice that I've mentioned before, going to take a 5th and even a 6th base very quickly here. Now, the problem that he has is that there is actually an attack force just moving through the middle. The Banelings are only morphing in now, so Dante, if he can target those down, he may be able to get them very quickly. And Broodlord's now morphing in. Well, I don't know if that's the best spot to do it, but here come the Banelings rolling through. Huge splits there from Dante, very nice. Being caught out regardless, there were so many Banelings. The Broodlords, the 2 of them that were morphing in, are still not done yet, but there are actually not too many Marines left over, and the Muta is going to get cleaned up by Dante. A couple more Broodlords just being morphed in there as well. Now laying down the law with some of those Broodlings, throwing them down, and looks like these Marines and medevacs and Marauders are going to have to retreat after they take down this hatchery, if they're going to be able to get it. I think they will. Yes. Alright, so looking good for Dante at the moment. He's got all of his production going. We've got these extra racks. He's denied this 4th base. He needs to really get some of that production going on the Vikings here. He has started +1 to ship weapons, so he'll have that very soon, which is going to help out with disposing of those Broodlords as quickly as possible. at the moment. We've got a total of 2 Vikings out, so nothing too major just yet to deal with these Broodlords. I'm just, with no Infestors on the ground, I'm not sure how this is going to go. Of course, Broodlord Baneling, is that, you know, I just don't know how I feel about that, but he does have +2 to flyer attacks on the way. Main base is about to mine out. The natural is getting very low itself as well, and it looks as if we will have a bit of a battle in the middle. 5 Vikings are out here for Dante, and he is going to be able to dispose of all of those Broodlords very quickly. The issue is there is still so much on the ground for Glow, and he's got so much damage done there, but there are still quite a lot of Marines left over. The Vikings still there, and I don't know what just happened there, but some of these units just sort of hung out at the side, but targeting down the Banelings quite nice. More and more units streaming out from Dante, so this is sort of looking like Dante is going to get really good control of the map now. He does have those Vikings out to deal with the Broodlords if any more decide to show their face, and the upgrades are looking very good for him as well. He's currently sitting on 3-3 on his bio. His Air Force of Vikings will have +1 to their weapons in a moment. And in fact, he is able to just walk through and clean up these Overlords here. This is actually going to be really distressing for Glow. He doesn't actually lose too many more, but Spores and a couple of Corruptors clean up the rest of that. But there is, yeah, this still continuing on with this sort of Baneling Ling and then the Broodlords after mixture. But back inside the main, a double drop from Dante, putting in some Marines and Marauders. Going to clean up a little bit of tech here. Is he going to be able to get the Great Aspire? He's obviously going to want to target some tech down if he can, once he deals with those Lings, and he does get them. Now he's got free reign over what he targets. He's going to stem up, target down the Great Aspire. There it is. He's going to get rid of that quite easily. Lings now coming up. They're not going to be enough to get rid of the rest of this, but this finally will be cleaned up. And back at the top side here, Dante, another drop inside this attempted 5th base. Baneling's cleaning up that one pretty quickly though, and the Marines and Marauders still left inside the main here. They are going to go down eventually though. These Lings do have 2-2, and Adrenal Glands is complete for them as well, so they're going to rip through all sorts of things. There are a lot, wow, that is a lot of Vikings. That's 15 Vikings out for Dante just in this one group here. He can actually probably take on these Corruptors, and he will. He's going to take them on, and he's going to win. I mean, he's got +1. The Corruptors do have +2, but now with the Bioforce on the ground coming in to try and clean up the rest of it, there he is, GG from Glow. Not able to keep up with that production from Dante. So that's game number 2 done. This is a best of 5.